Welcome, Virgo, to your 2024 horoscope. In this horoscope, I will be walking you through each individual month of 2024, giving you a really good understanding of the energy that you will be moving through for the year ahead. Now, if you would like, grab your birth chart. That way, you're able to see if you're having any major activations this year by checking to see if you have any personal planets or points at any of the degree points we will be discussing in this horoscope. Now, let's get right into it. 2024, we have some significant energies taking place. We have Pluto re-entering Aquarius, which we did get a taste of Pluto in Aquarius in 2023 between March and June. However, in 2024, Pluto is going to be spending much more time in Aquarius, giving us a better understanding of how this energy is going to be showing up for us individually and collectively. Now, we also have our eclipses in Aries and Libra. So we have the eclipses shaking these areas of our life up. We have the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus. We have Jupiter entering Gemini. We have the Mars-Jupiter conjunction in Gemini. And then we also have a Mars retrograde at the end of the year. And this energy actually carries into 2025. So at the end of this horoscope, I will be going over some of the energies that we will be experiencing in 2025, giving you a little bit of a heads up. So let's get right into our horoscope. So starting off with January. Now, I have selected a chart for each month to give you a little bit of a visual. Now, January 1st, we have Mercury stationing direct in Sagittarius. And you have Sagittarius right here in your fourth house of home, family, property, real estate. And so the end of 2023, actually, Mercury stationed retrograde December 13th, right here in Capricorn at 8 degrees, and is going to retrograde back into Sagittarius. And on January 1st, Mercury is going to station direct at 22 degrees of Sagittarius. The interesting thing about this 22-degree point is that the Mercury retrograde we have at the end of 2024, Mercury is going to be stationing retrograde at that 22 degrees. So I almost wonder if there's something that we're navigating or something that maybe you're working through around home and family at the end of 2023 that you will be revisiting at the end of 2024 because of that Sagittarius degree point. But however, Mercury retrograding in this area of your life, there's something you're rethinking, you're reevaluating around these fourth and fifth house themes and topics. Now, like I mentioned, the fourth house represents home, family, property, real estate, and your fifth house is creativity, children, passion, pleasure, play, your hobbies, your interests. So there's something here that you're reevaluating the end of 2023 and then coming into the new year. There's something new that you're kind of bringing into this area of life. There's clarity around this. Now, on January 4th, we have Mars entering Capricorn right here in your fifth house. Now, Mars is exalted in Capricorn, so this is a great energy for Mars. This is great for motivation, willpower, drive. However, if you have a day chart, Mars is your most malefic planet. And if you have a night chart, Mars is not your most malefic planet, Saturn is. And so that really depends on how the Mars energy is felt. But with Mars being in the fifth house, there could be something showing up around children or romance that are having to navigate. And then on January 11th, we've got our new moon in Capricorn. So this is a great time to set intentions for those fifth house themes and topics. January 13th, we have Mercury entering Capricorn. So Mercury is going to re-enter Capricorn. And for the first half of January, we're still moving through that Mercury post-shadow where we're still revisiting whatever we were kind of working through with the Mercury retrograde energy. But there is, clarity around whatever you were kind of navigating. Now, on January 19th, 20th and 21st, we have a Sun-Pluto conjunction right here in your fifth house and in your sixth house. So the Sun is going to form a conjunction to Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. And this is essentially the Pluto Cazimi, which I find interesting because Pluto's almost getting kind of refreshed before Pluto enters, Aquarius for good. But what is significant about this conjunction is that at 29 degrees and 0 degrees of Aquarius is where we had the great conjunction in December 2020. So there's something that we are revisiting collectively and individually that was going on December 2020. There's something being revealed. The sun and Pluto are going to form a conjunction at this 29 degrees. The sun is going to enter Aquarius, and then a couple hours later, Pluto is going to enter Aquarius, and they will conjunct again at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So it's the 29th degree and the 0 degree, and that's exactly what took place between Saturn and Jupiter. So, like I mentioned, think back to December 2020, what you were moving through. There could be, this is secrets revealed. This is things coming to light. This is major transmutation, transformational. There's something big taking place here in this area of life. Now, again, that fifth house is creativity, children, passion, pleasure, play, romance. And the sixth house is work, health, and daily routine. So, like I said, think back to December 2020. What were you navigating? What were you moving through? There's something transforming in this area of life. Now, once we get to January 23rd, we have Venus entering Capricorn, bringing more energy into this area of life. On the 25th, we've got the full moon in Leo at 5 degrees. So there's a full moon right here in your 12th house, lighting up this area of your chart. Now, the 12th house represents places that are hidden, like asylums, retreat centers, hospitals. But the 12th house is also self-undoing, self-sabotaging behaviors, karmic energy, our subconscious. The 12th house is also very spiritual. So, the full moon in Leo is lighting this area of your life up. But also, if you think back to 6 months prior, what intentions were you setting at that time? What were you trying to get going? That is when you can see, those intentions come to fruition. Now, on the 26th, we will have the Mercury-Mars conjunction. And whenever we have, and this is going to be in Capricorn right here in your fifth house. Now, whenever we have a Mercury-Mars conjunction, we do want to be mindful of our words, how we're communicating. This can bring anger, aggression, conflict. So we do want to be mindful at this time because it is in your fifth house, but also because Mercury is your chart ruler. And so what Mercury is doing, you tend to feel a lot more so than the other signs. So with that Mercury-Mars conjunction, this can be a time period where, especially if Mars is your most malefic planet, where you are, struggling, maybe not a lot of patience, can even be a little bit impulsive. This could just be a time period where you're having to, check yourself, practice mindfulness, keep your energy kind of balanced. Now, this can also show up in ways of, very motivated, very driven, very ambitious. And then on the 27th, we have Uranus stationing direct right here in your 9th house. Now, this is energy you've been navigating with this Uranus kind of in Taurus. Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018. And so, but this is where we really want to check our birth chart to see if we have any personal planets or points, especially when we have these outer planet transits, when they station direct or station retrograde or hit a certain degree point. That's where we really want to check our birth chart to see if we have any personal planets or points around, that degree point, because that will really be felt. Then we get to February. Now, once we get to February, we have all planets direct. It is go time. If you have any